Hi guys, thanks for the feedback in regards to the last video about home talk and the misconceptions that some parents have. The feedback has also been that there's been the other end of the misconceptions that parents are doing too much to help their children. Not a bad thing, but I guess the making sure that there's an understanding of what the support we require that would benefit the child, that benefit the students in the classroom. So basically, we've got two sort of ends of the spectrum: the parents that are struggling to be able to have the time to chat to their students. So hopefully that last video was a bit of a help. And the other end where the parents feel that they are required to actually sit down and write a full story out with the students at home. And sometimes it's that the parents are writing the story rather than the kids actually writing the story or doing it together. I guess the feedback is that the students are coming into school with these pieces of paper, that it might be first paragraph, full story, or it might be a list of words, particularly say wow words, that they can use in their story. Problem being that in most cases that the students don't actually know what the words are, so they're bringing in this abundant list, way too many and way too high a level, so the kids don't actually know what they are. So parents, if you are going to go through some wow words that could be beneficial for your kids' stories, having a discussion with your child about what those words are and only picking words that they can connect with. And really we're talking maybe 2, 3, 4 words maximum. Anything more than that, and they're going to focus so much on trying to put those words in to please you that they won't actually be concentrating so much on the rest of the story or the sentence structures and things like that. Don't feel disheartened if those words don't get used either. Sometimes they come in, they completely forget. We just want them to celebrate in their writing. So they'll try and obviously put in what you've discussed with them at home. The other thing is writing whole stories or paragraphs. If that is going to happen, make sure that the child is actually doing the writing rather than the parent or the assistants, obviously, in the junior school. But again, we want the kids to have that independence and freedom when they're in the classroom. It's not simply copying it back out when they get into the big right time. So again, just keywords, practicing verbal sentence structures and things like that would be a lot more beneficial. If you enjoy writing stories with your child, if that's part of the home talk process that you absolutely love, we highly encourage that. How lovely for you to have that time with your child at home. We're just saying you don't have to, that's not part of the process. However, if you were doing it and those stories were coming into the classroom, I, as the teacher, would be saying, well done for having a go at writing that story with mum or dad last night, or grandma and grandpa. Why don't you read it out to me? That is fantastic. Now let's put it in our bag and write the next part of the story for mum or dad. And I'll take a photocopy for you and you can take that home. Or why don't you put that in your bag and we'll write a different version of the story. Or you can see how much you can remember of that story that you wrote with mum or dad. The idea being that when they sit down to do their writing, it's independent writing, and we're trying to see how much they are comprehending. If there's obviously too much support, it's not going to support their teaching and learning strategies as well. We won't be sure of what they've actually embedded, and we might be reteaching them information they already know, or not teaching them information they really do need to know, because evidence showed that they actually understood it. When it came down to it, they were simply just copying out the text that you guys had done at home. So hopefully that helps. So keep doing an amazing job. Keep talking to your children, and teachers keep supporting the big right, and keep supporting the parents by making sure you send home those communications, so that we can help parents have those conversations with the students. I know one of the biggest impacts that has been from our school is having the seesaw electronic communications approach, and it doesn't have to be massive. Sometimes I get a photo, sometimes I get a video, sometimes I just get text, and it's a question like, ask me about when I get home. So for example, there might have been an incursion. It says, ask me about my wicked weather incursion when I get home. And that is just enough of a key indicator to start those discussions and to get your child to open up. So teachers, keep doing what you're doing, and parents, keep up the great work. All right, guys, thank you. Bye.